How we doing? How we doing? Happy Monday to all. It's the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast. I am your host, Richie, riding solo today with the Week 16 NFL rundown. I hope you guys and girls got all your Christmas shopping done. I am in a boatload of traffic, so always the opportunist. I said, let me go do a show. I was actually planning on bringing this to you guys tomorrow, but I've got the time. And with the long work day ahead, I said, let me get it done right now. We're going to start this up in the NFC East. Sunday Night Football. Dallas Cowboys, despite finding out that they were eliminated, which ends their 3 years of consecutive playoff berths, really showed up last night and threw a monkey wrench into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' plans to win the NFC South yet again. That is still up in the air. But the Dallas Cowboys, with the 26-24 victory over the Bucks, and it just seemed that for far too long in that game, the Bucks just couldn't get the big offensive play. You got to give credit to the Cowboys for showing a great amount of pride. Not easy to get the motivation up when you find out that you got eliminated, but Dallas rose to the occasion. They have been terrible at home all year, but they pick up their second home victory. And by virtue of the Buccaneer loss, mixed with the Atlanta Falcons' massive victory over the New York Football Giants in Michael Penix's NFL debut, the Falcons once again are in control of their own destiny for NFC South supremacy as they have the season sweep over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As those New York Giant goes, they get a big break. The Las Vegas Raiders defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday, which propels the Giants currently to the number one overall pick. And I know in Giant Country, a lot of people are really excited about the prospect of landing either Cam Ward or Shador Sanders. I have made it clear that I personally want Travis Hunter, but it will be interesting to see what the Giants do should they keep that pick, or if they trade back. But the New York Giants yesterday, just another anemic performance. And Michael Penix looked good enough. You know, there was a more vibrant look to that Atlanta offense, benching Kirk Cousins. And before the new league year, they will likely release him. So to pause on the results of yesterday, I'm going to throw a little hot take out there. I think there's a couple of teams that fit Kirk Cousins quite well, but this was actually thrown to be one of my co-hosts, Mike Zappi. He feels that Kirk might ultimately end up in Indianapolis as a mentor role, and with the opportunity to potentially push Anthony Richardson back, should he get injured or should he perform poorly. Also, the New York Giants could be a potential destination for Cousins, even if they do draft a quarterback, as he could be in a mentor role there. There's a couple of guys for the mentor role that I think would make sense for the Giants. Jameis Winston, definitely. Aaron Rodgers, possibly. And you can't rule out Sam Darnold because I am not convinced that even though Minnesota is having such a phenomenal season, that they are going to be willing to pay Sam Darnold when you have an investment in J.J. McCarthy from this most recent draft and a potential to bring back Daniel Jones as well. So stay tuned on that. Also in the NFC East, Philadelphia Eagles have their massive win streak broken up by the Washington Commanders. Commanders won with less than 20 seconds left in the ball game. Jaden Daniels to Jamison Crowder. That was Crowder's second score of the game. And, really a crazy game when you consider how many turnovers the Commanders committed, but were still able to get the dub. The Eagles lost Jalen Hurts to a concussion early in the game. I thought Kenny Pickett played well. I thought Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown played great. Saquon Barkley, 150 yards on the ground, 2 scores. And I personally think if Jalen Hurts did not get injured, the Eagles win that game running away because early on, they were running all over them, pretty much doing anything they wanted on offense. Also, defensively, they were getting after it, but definitely a momentum swing. But it was a game that had a lot of punches. Very entertaining game, and I think a game that gives Washington some confidence, because I've said many times on the show that Washington did not have that signature win just yet, and that was definitely it. You know, they finally get a real win against a credible team in the Philadelphia Eagles, a team that really took a tough blow yesterday, as their chances for the number one seed definitely took a hit. The Detroit Lions picked up an easy victory over the Chicago Bears. So the Detroit Lions definitely in control of their own fate to have the NFC playoffs run through Ford Field. Green Bay Packers playing tonight in New Orleans. And I know I've been keeping you guys up to date with my fantasy stuff. I am currently in 4 leagues that I'm still alive in. 3 of these leagues, I did make the finals. Pops Cheddar in the Sun, the Independence League based in Winter Garden, Florida, and my buddy Zach's league. I am headed to the finals in all 3, and I will find out if my friend Matt Anderson in his league, if I get to the finals there, as I am hanging on by a thread. Josh Allen's poor performance helped me in one league, the league that I won against him in, but definitely hurt me in another, as I'm hanging on by a little over a 12-point lead. And tonight I have the Green Bay defense, who I think is going to perform very well. But on the other side of that, I'm going against Jordan Love. I do regret not playing Tyreek Hill, but there was too much uncertainty if he was going to suit up. And with the Dolphins playing in the 4:25 time slot, I couldn't wait. So I did choose to go with Cooper Kupp, who only got me a modest 5 points. But I must say, man, I've never done this well in fantasy, so it is kind of exciting. As the game goes tonight, I think Green Bay wins this rather handily. I'm going Green Bay 34, New Orleans 13. And if it goes down like that, perhaps I hold on for the win. I'm just hoping that Jordan Love doesn't go berserk on the passing metric. Based on projections, I'm projected to get out of there with a 2-point victory. Also in the NFC North, the Minnesota Vikings, if they win out, their final 2 games will be against Green Bay and Detroit. They will not only win the North, but be the 1 seed. They picked up their 13th victory yesterday. And the Vikings, I mean, they've had a propensity for having great teams over the years, but never being able to get it done. They lost 4 Super Bowls in their storied history. Their 98 team, one of the greatest teams ever to not win a Super Bowl. That was Randy Moss's rookie year. But these Vikings have a look to them that they really could do it in the playoffs. And with a little vulnerability with the Detroit Lions losing David Montgomery, there is definitely a possibility that they could indeed have the season go through their stadium. And, you know, Minnesota, tough place to get a win. Just beating the Vikings in general has been a tough prospect for most teams, as they are having a phenomenal season. And coming into the year, they did not have very high expectations, tragically losing Kyrie Jackson to a car accident and losing their first draft pick, J.J. McCarthy, to multiple knee procedures. You know, they bring in Stephon Gilmore, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison have been a dynamic duo. And Aaron Jones, the former Packer who was unceremoniously dumped by Green Bay, really stepping it up, really having a phenomenal season for these Vikings. And Kevin O'Connell just really doing it. You know, he has these guys believing. So watch out for the Minnesota Vikings. It was sad on Saturday football, as the defending 2-time world champions, 2-time consecutive world champion, Kansas City Chiefs won a hard-fought battle against the Houston Texans. We visibly saw C.J. Stroud distraught, as one of his favorite targets, Tank Dell, was lost to the year with a knee injury. It was amazing that Tank was able to hold on to the football, and he was really killing the Chiefs prior to his injury. So I speak on behalf of everyone on my show, I hope that Tank Dell makes a speedy and full recovery. You never like to see the game's most talented players go down with injuries, but good luck to you, Tank. I know that with sports medicine and with the support team you have, you're going to get back on the field and be better than ever. Another Saturday game, the Baltimore Ravens defeating their main nemesis, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and reclaiming the path to the NFC North crown. Baltimore just really turned it on. Derrick Henry had a phenomenal Saturday. Just a really good game. And the Baltimore Ravens, one of those teams from a talent-based standpoint that could go to the Super Bowl. The AFC is hard to figure right now. You know, Buffalo did not have their finest game yesterday, but still did enough to win, as the Patriots jumped on them early to the tune of a 14-0 lead, but were not able to sustain that lead. But Drake May very much turning into a very good quarterback in his young career. And New England Patriots, you know, big picture-wise, got their man. So that's always a positive when you got the right quarterback. And, you know, other things will follow. I think Gerard Mayo's doing a good job having these guys play hard week in and week out. So the New England Patriots definitely headed in the right direction. New York Jets fought hard, but succumbed to the Los Angeles Rams in MetLife Stadium. Arizona Cardinals were eliminated by the Carolina Panthers in an overtime game. Got to be disappointed if you're the Cardinals in a season where the NFC West was so winnable. So, you know, definitely that got to be a mass disappointment going on over there. And in Minnesota's victory, as I alluded to, they defeated the Seattle Seahawks. So the Seahawks definitely in the mix, more so possibly for that 7 seed, along with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. These last 2 weeks are going to be critical to see how this all plays out. Based on what I'm seeing, even though with Josh Allen's poor performance this past week, I think he's your league MVP. But there's a part of me that would love to see them go to a running back, because Saquon Barkley has really been that dude for the Philadelphia Eagles all year long. Everything that Saquon has done this year has just been astounding. And even with the loss yesterday, still putting up monster numbers. And I think the Eagles, even with the loss, looked pretty strong with backup Kenny Pickett, a guy who struggled in Pittsburgh and ultimately was replaced by a combination of Justin Fields and the real starter, Russell Wilson. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Down the stretch, you got 2 weeks left in the year. Still a lot of jockeying for playoff position. I think the one thing that we know for sure is that the Kansas City Chiefs look really strong in the sense of getting the 1 seed. And they've had an up and down season, but it seems like whenever the stakes get higher, that Kansas City defense just really steps up and takes it to a different level. And it's been no different this year. And the Chiefs just have a knack for winning 1-score games. The team that they beat on Saturday, the Houston Texans, has also had a lot of success in those close games. But really exciting season right now. And one of those seasons where it just goes to show you how much parity is going on in the National Football League. I started watching the Aaron Rodgers special on Netflix, so definitely give that a look. Thought it was a pretty good show. Announcements to come for my next show. I'm going to find out who's going to be riding with me on that show. It'll be our Week 17 NFL preview, and we're also going to be getting on some NBA talk, not just what's going on currently in the league, but we're also going to get into a bigger discussion about some of the greats to ever play the game. A lot of things on the brain that I want to hit on regarding the NBA. Until next time, I am Richie. I wish you guys a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. And I wish you guys success and peace going into the new year. You will probably see us before the new year, but want to wish it nonetheless. As with these holidays, it's always hard to project and predict when we're going to be able to go live next. But, you know, business per usual. We give you the weekly NFL previews. And we still got that movie show that we're going to be doing on Gangsta Flicks. Just got to find the time. These holidays have been crazy. But enjoy it. Take it slow. Don't put too much pressure on yourselves. And enjoy yourselves. Live in the moment. Have a great day, everyone. Appreciate y'all.